I'm not going back and forth with a man who thinks that they should be in my position. If you want to be in my position, get in my position.
Do you believe that?
Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show on YouTube at Bluff City Media. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Anthony Sain.
Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show here at the Bluff City Media Studios. My man, Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass. Kenny, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
Man, good.
It's raining like crazy out in Memphis, man. It's just kind of gross.
Energy kind of throw it off today, man.
Yeah,
the weather's
man.
just nasty. It's like, if you're going to rain, man. All this other little stuff you're doing, I ain't got time for it, man. We are recording this here on Thursday. It is election day here in the city of Memphis. Polls close in about 15 minutes at the time we're recording this show. Kenny Stubblefield. By the time you guys are watching this, we will have a new mayor-elect here in the city of Memphis. I don't want to play Back to the Future with y'all today because my record with that isn't too good at all, Kenny Stubblefield. So I'm not going to play Back to the Future at all as far as that's concerned. We have a nice show today, man. Parish Sharkey is going to join us. He's going to come from behind the glass, man. The other voice you hear in the background will be in front of you guys today as Parish Sharkey will join us for the Sit Down with Sain. He, of course, was at Grizzlies Media Day. He is also, of course, the Grizzlies beat writer for Bluff City Media. Glad to have him in, man, to be a part of the team on that level. He's going to come in and rock and roll this season for sure, man. I look forward to seeing him in the locker room. I know he's the type of guy he's closer to those guys in age. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to try to build some real relationships with the players, man, and that is the key to being successful at what we do. I think he's a guy who could be a real cheat code in due time.
Man, that's why we got him on. I love Parish, man.
Yeah, I think Parish is an amazing guy. He's a great husband. Didn't have any kids yet. I know he's going to be an amazing father when that time comes. But shout out to my man, Parish Sharkey, who will be joining us for the Sit Down with Sain later on in the show. Going to do Inside the Same Brain, of course. Have an announcement for Inside the Same Brain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, have an announcement. That's what we'll talk about for Inside the Same Brain. A personal accomplishment, something that's coming up very soon that I want you guys to know about, that I'll talk about for Inside the Same Brain. Of course, the three-pointer is going to be coming up today. Joel Embiid.
Interesting.
Committed to the United States. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some Grizzlies camp news that's going on and some Tiger basketball stuff as well. But since the last time we talked, Kenny Stubblefield, Student Madness jumped off at the El Marone Fieldhouse yesterday, the future home of ladies Tiger basketball. I didn't go there, man. You thought I was going there. No, it's the current home.
It's the current home.
The current home. I heard they remodeled the joint, man.
My gosh. Anthony,
for real?
It's been, last time I was in the El Marone was for the first year of the TBT. They had a regional tournament. They had a regional site here at the El Marone. And it was I mean, it's the El Marone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been around forever.
Right.
It's kind of hidden at the University of Memphis campus, right? Like, it's not like you just. It's such a unique. The venue is so unique because you're just like walking around a bunch of different like buildings in the University of Memphis.
Like, oh crap, there's a field house.
Oh crap, there's a field house.
Yeah, they playing basketball.
But man, let me tell you, man, they've done some remodeling. I think they started it 2 years ago and finished it last year.
Mm-hmm.
My God, man, it looks so good on the inside.
I kind of wish I was there to see it. But we'll talk about Student Madness, which was last night. I was tuned into it. I think I missed like maybe the first 10 minutes, but I jumped on and I watched it. It didn't really have a TV presentation to it, which I think it probably needed. I think it needed commentary, just to be honest with you. I don't know who
I got you
would have done it, but I think it kind of needed some commentary because there were certain moments where I would have liked to have heard Penny more. I would like to have Penny mic'd up and hearing him. And I can't think of the
Alex Simmons.
Yeah, Coach Simmons. I wish we could have had Coach Hardaway, Coach Simmons. Wish they had more of a television style production.
That makes sense.
Because it was basically like we were watching literally like a live stream. And I think they should have made it a little bit more TV style. In all, I would say that I was not impressed. I'll say that. It was not good. But with that being said, I think it has a ton of potential. I liked the whole of the last three things we've seen. Mm-hmm. Last night being Student Madness, the year before being
the cookout.
Tiger cookout with the Tigers, the petting zoo.
The petting zoo.
And the last traditional Memphis Madness that was in the FedEx Forum.
Yeah.
I would assume that the cookout was trash, so I would put that third.
Right.
I'm gonna put the last Memphis Madness we saw second.
Really?
That was the most excruciating. That thing was like 4 hours long, bro. It was like it was long. It was like 3 to 4 hours long.
Okay.
This thing last night, I think potential-wise, it can be freaking incredible if they really stick to it.
I agree.
If they really build on it. And I heard Penny say, "Oh man, I got to step in and do my no. Step in and do your thing. Keep it where it is. Keep it short. Keep it compact.
Yeah.
Shed a little bit more fat. I think you'll be fine. Because it was fat, man.
A lot of fat.
It was fat. It was high cholesterol.
High cholesterol.
Sure. For sure.
Obese.
Yeah, man. I'll say this. With it being on campus and with it being student only, they had an opportunity to kind of add its own little funk to it. You know what I mean? And I kind of think they dropped the ball on it.
Yep.
No offense to Sydney neither. Sydney does a great job with the Grizzlies. No offense to Mike T, who does his thing at the Grizzlies games as well. I think this was an opportunity for the University of Memphis to kind of create its own vibe. And I sent you a text who I thought should have done the event.
Yep.
Now, I kind of think that Sydney is kind of too big arena, like FedEx Forum-ish for that. You know what I mean? I think in a small venue like that, you should have made it feel more intimate. I think my man EP The Voice should have did that joint last night. And the crazy thing is, EP The Voice has done Memphis Madness in the Forum almost every year since Penny's been there.
The second he was a part of the second rated one, the 21 one.
And I've always thought that his style was more for the smaller arena type, rambunctious, wild, crunk. I think that FedEx Forum, when you're battling with all the different types of, because for Memphis Madness, as opposed to like regular grain games, it's a different crowd that's there for Memphis Madness than will be there for a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Plus, it's free, so anybody can just pull up.
Right.
I thought that a guy like EP, who brings a different type of energy, they should have had him there. I think he should have been there last night for that. I think it would have better. Shout out to Sydney, she did a great job. I just think EP would have fit that particular venue better. The DJing was cool. The music selection was cool. They came out. They kept the player introduction simple. They got everybody out. The coaches showed high energy, of course.
You mentioned a few minutes ago it being a TV production.
Yeah.
I think City would probably be great at the TV side.
Yes, on that side.
And EP be the guy.
Let my boy EP be the guy that you hear on the crowd.
The host.
Because he would have brought that more hype for like the kids, the students on campus.
1,000%.
Type energy.
Yeah.
There was a moment that lost me and they didn't get me back. And when I came back for it was off. It like literally wasn't on no more. You know what I mean? Like they did the introductions. It was cool. Penny came out there, thanked everybody. I was like, all right. Then it was up. The energy was up. It was looking good. The players. I love the city's team shirts.
Oh my God.
I know they've had that forever, but I loved it. You know what I mean? I loved seeing them do that.
And those shirts were fire. Man, they looked so
but they never
good.
took the jackets off. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did they?
Well, they took them off. I think they took them off when they were about to get. So, like the guys who participated in any of the events,
right? Whether
it's the dunk or the 3-point, they took them off, but they were wearing their jersey.
Right. They didn't
underneath.
have they didn't show the city's team shirt. Yeah. All right, man. All right. Now, this is where they lost me because the energy was high. They let it drop all the way down when they did the 3-point competition. And the skill, whatever, some hot shot three, something. I was like, that could have just been one of these.
Yeah.
Could have been none of these. Like, here's the thing, and I'll throw this out. You have an awesome idea that I want you to share on air. But here's my thing. Unless you have Grady Dick on your team, like no one cares to see a 3-point competition with just average college shooters out there.
Right.
Because here's, like, when you replicate these NBA All-Star Weekend things, those events are represented by the best players in the world from several teams. When you do a 3-point contest for your particular school, you're doing a 3-point contest for the dudes who are on your roster. And that's it on a college team. And there's nobody on the ladies' side or on the guys' side that I'm like, all right.
Especially in college.
Nobody's going to, it's a waste of time.
A fantastic college shooter shoots 35% threes. And that just
like I don't want to see. Yeah. And I know and like You can't go from a situation where you're out there celebrating, dancing, and all these type of things, and then locked in to shoot 3-pointers.
Yep.
Like, because you're out there, it's like you're playing around.
Yeah.
Ashton Hardaway, I know he's a better shooter than what I saw last night. But if I just cut this on the first time, like, oh, Ashton Hardaway, can't nobody can shoot on the Tigers.
He's
team.
a killer, man.
And I know that dude can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
But it's not in a situation where he just got done dancing and now go shoot balls on his rack. And, you know, it was just, they could have took the whole part out. Slam dunk contest, same theory applies. Like, if you got Michael Wilson, Rodney Carney, Derrick Rose, DJ Stephens, yeah, do a slam dunk contest so you can show I've got this amazing athlete on my team.
Right.
I don't want to see Jalen Young doing a slam dunk contest.
Which, hey, man, his windmill was nasty. But again, here's my theory on the slam dunk competition.
If it ain't working in the NBA, you definitely don't need to be doing it.
It doesn't work in the NBA.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in the NBA All-Star game.
With the best players in the world.
You get multitude of years where people are like the slam dunk competition's dead. It's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Get rid of it, do something different. And then you get an Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. Or you get a Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson. And you're like, holy shit, like this is crazy.
It's back, yeah.
But then the next 5 years after that, it's like, man, you got nobody's doing
it. It was
slam
pointless,
dunk.
man. It was pointless. I liked the antidote when they brought the students in for whatever reason. But it just, I like the thought of having student involvement. But, like, y'all ain't got no bad on campus that can hoop a little bit. Like, what? Right. Like, come on, man. I don't want to watch students throw air balls up. It was just crazy, man. And, like, it's like they're almost there, man. You came up with a cool idea.
Yeah.
If you're going to do, and I think this is what upset me the most out of all this stuff. I'm going to come back to your idea. I thought the stuff that they were doing was, like, buying time to segue. Because the stuff that they do typically is a segue to get people to change clothes, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that the 3-point stuff was a segue to get the musical guests on there, with the musical guests buying time to have a scrimmage at the end, to get everybody, guys and girls, to scrimmage.
Right.
The scrimmaging never happened. I was like, wait, they're not effing scrimmaging, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, how's the highlight weirdo 3-point contest and whatever this other thing was and ugly slam contest? I'm like, slam dunk contest. Like, bro, what? Like, why was there no scrimmage? Like, I've seen every Memphis Madness event in my life. I've seen all of them. I remember the one they had.
Been to the majority of them.
I've been to the majority. I remember the joint at the Coliseum.
Right.
I remember staying up till midnight to watch Midnight Match. I've seen all of them.
Right.
But the best part has always been that opportunity to see the guys get up and down the court.
Right.
In some type of instance, like whether they're playing 5-on-5 or running drills or something, that's the best part. I want to be able to see, oh man, look how he moves. Oh, that dude, he's gonna be okay. Like all those, like that's always been the highlight of it. Like not having a scrimmage,
absolutely
made zero sense to me. Now throw out your idea, man.
Which one? So I gave you a couple of ideas.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about? You talking about the
NIL thing?
The NIL thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's my theory on it, man. Like I think if you want to build competition, like innately involved. So like if the All-Star game for the NBA, Major League Baseball, they put something on the actual game that created a level of anticipation, a level of excitement for the winner. Kind of gave even the players on the court something to look forward to, something to actually compete for. Man, I'm gonna steal Ice Cube's idea. Let's go. Let's do the Big Three idea.
Okay.
Let's do a 3-on-3 tournament where you bring
Two guys and a girl.
2 guys and a girl, or whether it be 2 girls and a guy, whatever you want to do. Have a 3-on-3, and you have teams play 3-on-3 against each other, competition style, where they are like tournament style, where they are moving bracket to bracket. If they win, they stay in the winner's bracket. They go all that kind of stuff. And the ultimate winner of that 3-on-3, you make it quick. You make it 3 points. You make it 5 points. You know, whatever it may be. Make the games super quick. The winner of that 3-on-3 bracket gets an NIL deal from a company in Memphis.
I would love it.
So there's monetary value to a win there for them.
Right.
That would create a level of competition that I think would inspire, and then you would see the men and the women playing. You would see them competing against each other. That would be, because listen, man, as much as people can sit here and look at the Big Three and say, man, they got a bunch of old dudes playing on there, it is fun as hell.
Yeah.
It's a fun product to watch on TV.
Yeah.
So That's my idea.
I liked it. I liked that for real. And I'll give you mine. I'll give you the Anthony Sain. I've said this on here before. I'm gonna give it to y'all one more time. I think I'm gonna perfect it this time. Kenny Stubblefield. This is my Anthony Sain. How to create a Memphis Madness event. I say I love doing it with the young people because the children are the future. Kenny Stubblefield.
That's right.
You get them coming to the games. If you have a live turned up student section, it's going to change the total energy in that arena.
Everything.
Period.
The energy in the Elmer Roane Fieldhouse last night, Anthony, before it started, was crazy.
Right.
Mike T was going nuts. The building was wild. It was energetic.
I'm already knowing. This is how you do it. You started off, had a little DJ set, let the crowds get hype. You instantly come in with player introductions. I liked it when they did it alternated, ladies and guys at the same time.
Yeah.
Do that, right. Then you do the Go Tigers Go. You do all that with the band. You do the cheerleader stuff. You do all that. And while you're doing that, that's giving everybody time to get down to get out of their stuff, get into their uniforms or whatever. Or you have a quick musical guest, not Big Boogie, who is your featured artist, but whoever. Big Shuggy, whoever. Little Boogie.
Little Boogie.
Little Boogie. Let him come out there. Let him perform. All right? Y'all with me, right? Y'all with me, okay? All right. So after that, after you giving time for everybody to get down to their hooping clothes, you have Penny Hardaway, Coach Simmons, both on the telecast, where it's with TV presentation. Then you bring out you do whatever. You do your pom-pom stuff or whatever. You do that again. Another little quick entertainment interlude.
Yeah. And
then you run whatever you do as your main event, whether it's your 3-on-3 tournaments or your full court scrimmage. I wouldn't mind seeing a 3 guys, 3-2, 2 girls, 5-on-5 type thing. I wouldn't mind seeing that either.
It'd be dope too.
Because I think trying to go girls scrimmage, guys scrimmage could get kind of long.
Yeah.
But just do it mixed up. Guys and girls are there at the same time on teams. Just constantly subbing in and out, just to see the players get up and down the court and play.
That's right.
And then you do that, and you talk to the coaches again. You wrap that up, bring out Big Boogie, ooh wee wee, be on Big Dude, clap, 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 clap. I'm talking about that's the booty clapping sound that Big Boogie put. And you go home, man. And it's done in about an hour and a half. You're done. You up out of there. Or max 2. But it's nonstop. There's no lulls in it. Everything is high energy.
Yeah.
And you go home and you have fun. And that's another Memphis Madness in the books. But instead we got weird 3-point contests, weird whatever the second competition was, weird slam dunk contest, and then Big Boogie played and couldn't play Big Boogie because he's got copyrights and they're done. But yeah.
I like it. I think it's great.
That's it, man. Me and you just came together and we just fixed Memphis Madness, man.
Let's go.
We just fixed it.
Well, and I think, I want to give a shout out and props to the crew that actually put it together.
Yeah,
because
it was fine.
It was fine. Like they tried. They really. I love. Like it took me a minute, Anthony, for real, to wrap my mind around the idea of it being in the Elmer Roane Fieldhouse. It really did. But I understand it. And I get it, and I think it has the potential to be something extremely memorable for that campus. Mm-hmm. And that's the goal, right? Like everything that you've talked about over the last however many weeks about engaging a younger fan base, engaging the city, engaging the people that represent
the African American community.
Like it
ain't that hard.
It is absolutely an opportunity to do that. And I think they tried. They really did try. And I think they have really good intentions on it. There's just sometimes you just get stuck, man. Sometimes you just get stuck in thinking that this is the way things should go and the way things should be. But I can guarantee you this, based on conversations I've had today, yesterday, there are groups of people that work at the university and the athletic department that say, we know that we need to do this better next time. They're there. They're right there.
People at UNM, call me, man.
Yeah, call Anthony,
Call me into one of your meetings.
Let's go.
I promise you. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you specifically what they did, but we had this conversation before we press record. I used to have battles with Grizzlies PR because I would just be saying whatever. I was like, I don't work for y'all. I say whatever I want to say, all these type of things. This is going on for years between me and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies brought me in, sat down and ate lunch with me, fed your boy. We sat down and we talked, and they started realizing this dude is not our enemy. He's probably more our ally than he is our enemy. You know what I mean? He's calling us out about serious things we need to work on. I gave me and Cam Rose, who I was doing my podcast with, gave them a ton of ideas of stuff they could do. They started implementing that stuff. Me and Peter Evanston would get on the radio and say, it's not that hard to captivate Memphis. Make the games feel like make the Grizzly games feel like Memphis. Play Memphis music. Lean into the Memphis hip hop culture, and they started doing it.
Yeah,
I would criticize them on the radio about stuff that they weren't doing, and they started doing those things, man. Like, it's not, listen to the people who are criticizing you, because those kind of things can help your product. I promise you, they can help your product. You can look at me and say, "Oh, Sain's just a hater." No, I'm actually giving y'all constructive criticism to make your product better. If you're gonna say you're the city's team, hey, take the steps to actually be the city's team.
I love it.
It's simple stuff, man. Slide in my DM. My email is also easy to find. Ask Kenny Stubblefield. Yeah, I would. There was a ton of things I would love to share with people who make decisions over, if you care. But yeah, man. About to take a break. When we come back, Parish Sharkey is going to join me for the sit down with Sain. It's going to be a good one, I bet, man. Parish Sharkey is going to be in the building. Y'all come back and check back with us in a few minutes here on the Anthony Sain Show. I want to see somebody else in that wide receiver room step up.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for Demir Blankumsey, especially after that Bethune-Cookman game. I'm like, okay, this guy can be the shifty speed threat who can beat people, get the yards after catch that you want. Because Rock's not. Besides, I mean, he had that tunnel screen that he took about 50.
Right.
But he's not a big run after the catch guy. He's a guy you go give jump balls to.
Are they putting Demir in the right spots though? Are they getting him the ball in the right way?
I mean, they targeted him 11 times. He had 7 catches. It was just 36 yards or whatever. Like, they're trying to get him involved. He's just got to make the first guy miss and go make something happen for himself at that point. If you get targeted 11 times, chances are you're getting at least 1 or 2 shots in a good situation for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Like, so you can try to say, well, the offensive staff isn't scheming him open how they should be scheming. Well, they're scheming him open enough to where he's getting 11 targets.
Yeah.
Do something with him.
Tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. We got my man Parish Sharkey in the building. Recently named as the Memphis Grizzlies beat writer for Bluff City Media. Y'all normally hear him in a producer role. You probably hear this brother's voice but don't see him, but he's right here beside me, man. Here on the Anthony Sain Show. Parish Sharkey, what's going on, my brother?
Ain't nothing much, man. Back in the front of the camera.
Yeah, this is your second time. This is your second time here. You've been there before. The first person ever to be the second they're coming for the second time.
Oh, that's true.
Yep, the first person ever.
Sure is.
We've been doing this thing with no repeats, man.
Right. That's what's up.
You the first repeat,
The
man.
first repeat, man. My man, Parish Sharkey. It's all good, though, man, because, like, during the offseason, like I said, I wanted to get as many different voices in. But now that it's Grizzly season, y'all going to see a lot of people over and over again. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm bringing out the big guns to talk about Memphis Grizzlies stuff and Tiger basketball stuff throughout the season. My man, Parish Sharkey, you were at Grizzlies Media Day the other day. We talked about a lot of those things with Drew Hill. I won't talk about the same things I talked about with him, but we have had some other developments. Camp has started. Today is Thursday when we're recording. Yep. So today is day 4. We've had several player interviews, things that we'll talk about. Sights and sounds we're hearing from guys like DeMichael Cole, articles that are coming out from Media Day interviews we've gotten with certain guys. I was at the first day of practice on Monday, haven't been since then. No, I'm sorry, on Tuesday, haven't been since then. One of the key things that came out of Media Day basketball-wise is the fifth starter situation with Zaire Williams. DeMichael Cole put an article out kind of talking about things as far as he's concerned. Hearing that Zaire has been very good on the defensive end, that he's really impressed, probably been the best perimeter defender of the guys that you expect to be reserves. Yeah. I'm not surprised to hear that at all. He did a lot of talking, a lot of woofing.
You did
about nobody worked. Yeah. Like, man, I don't. It's kind of. I just think it was wild for him to say that. I'm like, bro, like you're still relatively new to the league. You got guys who are vets. Marcus Smart is on this team. Desmond Bane is on this team. Like, come on, man. Like, I just thought that was a wild claim. I don't knock the man being confident.
About time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad his confidence is kicking in year 3. What do you think about the prospect of him being that fifth starter until John Morant comes back?
I mean, hypothetically, that's probably what the coaching staff wants. I mean, he was the number 10 pick, so he's the highest pick of everyone who's actually vying for that spot. So hypothetically, he was drafted to replace Dillon Brooks. Yeah. So they want that, and if it ends up coming to start, it ends up being what they exactly wanted. Like you said, on the defensive end, he probably offers the best defensive versatility of the people that's vying for that spot. Offensively, he brings you a different dynamic coming out the dribble, the mid-range game. If they actually allow him to do those things, that actually helps the flow of the offense. But I remember Taylor Jenkins spoke and they was asking, when someone asked about what he wanted out there if he started, he said,
that was me.
That was you, yep.
Yeah, that was me.
He said,
matter of fact, hold on, pause. All these cold videos is out.
All you.
All the viral videos, this question's I didn't ask, man.
All you.
They don't get away, man. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah,
I apologize. But go ahead.
When Taylor Jenkins said he wanted someone that, first and foremost, defense was a priority. Then offense, someone who can basically move the ball and actually work within the flow of the offense. And I really just think Zaire, that's who they want for that position, and that's who's probably going to get the most opportunities to get that position. Yeah,
he's got all the tools, man. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of tired of talking about 6'8", 6'9", all those things. But it does just kind of make sense that he should emerge to be that guy, man. Yep. You know what I mean? You spoke about Dillon Brooks earlier, and a couple people have kind of felt a way about Dillon. Just Dillon's had stuff he's had to say about he gets to play Memphis 4 times and all these type of things. And you've seen him doing the dance at Media Day with the Houston Rockets thing or whatever. I'm happy for Dillon though, man. Yeah. Like I'm happy that he's found a place where. I don't know how long this is going to last, but he feels like he's at a place where he's more accepting than what he was here. And I get it. I understand all those type of things. Do you feel any type of way about the bravado that Dillon has had?
Not at all. I move on. Once you leave the team, I mean, it is what it is.
We good, man.
Anthony Melton left, cool. Kyle Anderson, cool. Like, once you leave, Tyus Jones, good luck to you. Like, Dillon Brooks, good luck to you. I don't care one way or the other. You're not on another team I care about, so. Yeah,
I talked to pretty much everybody about who I think was going to make the leap this year. I think Santi's down for another one. I think Santi Aldama has another one in him.
I agree.
Last year, something that's different between Santi and Zaire is that this year, I don't think they're going to put Zaire out in front. I think he's going to be one of the guys who's given that opportunity to emerge. With Santi, they kind of put him out in front to say, okay, it's Santi's job to lose. I think that was, we're talking about in reference to Jaren being out and him replacing him.
Yep.
This year, he's kind of going to have to prove himself a little bit more. Tillman kind of emerged to be more of the guy to be the third big on his team. Where you look at, Jaren Adams and then It feels like Xavier's going to be that guy.
And speaking of Tillman, you heard when he said he can play the 4. They was talking about him playing the 4.
Yeah, I think I did hear something like that.
I mean, I meant to ask him a follow-up question, like, have you been working on your 3-point shot?
They say he has though. They say he's been working on it.
Yeah, I meant to ask that question, man.
He said that in the press game and our press conference, and I was like, the 4? The Xavier playing the 4? Why not?
But here's another thing too, and that segue. No, let me stay where I'm at. I don't want to go too far ahead. So we're still on Santi.
Yeah.
How do you think he fits in? Because I even asked him the question, like, dude, what are you? Like, I know you played the 4 most of the time. You played a little 5. You know, I've seen you take the ball from the perimeter and get to the basket. People think that when they see that means he's a wing. Because he can shoot threes, he's a wing. But, to be a wing, you got to be able to guard wings. So I asked him. I think he pretty much said, yeah, man, I'm a 4. He was like, I'll be whatever coach wants me to be.
Yeah.
But, so what do you think what do you think another breakout season for Santi would look like?
That's a really good question. So last year, I think it's kind of like what he alluded to. He said he's primarily a 4, but he could play anywhere from 3 to 5. And I put in my article, my media day takeaways, that if everyone vying for that 3-point, that 3 spot at small forward, Santi is kind of in that conversation because he started, I think, 1 or 2 games at small forward last season as well. So I think really just a breakout year for him is kind of just not piggybacking, kind of like continue what he did in Feeble. Like kind of playing style that they kind of used him as coming off the bench, being like a spark scoring. That's kind of they need a little more scoring off the bench. So it'd be nice if you get him and Luke Kennard as y'all like primary scorers that can just give you buckets off the bench. Defensively, he didn't really allude too much about him truly getting better on defense, but
he didn't say nothing. Right.
Just hope for the best on that end.
Yeah. What was I saying I wanted to pause for before I went back to Santi? I don't know.
It was just about segueing into Xavier. It was something we was talking about.
You asked the question. You were asking a question.
Yeah, you was about segueing into something else.
I know that part, Kenny. What was the question, man? We're going to move on, though.
I'm here to help, man.
Yeah, I know it, bro. We're gonna move on, though. Brandon Clark does not look like a dude who's going to play basketball this year. I
didn't expect him to.
He was in a walking boot. I did, man. I had people telling me, like, he was, he looks ahead of schedule. We just saw this man jumping out of the water. All these type of things. Saw him in a walking boot when I went to practice. I was not enthused after seeing that man. And he was out on the court, but he had a boot on or whatever.
But
so
the thing with him is he's an athletic big, and he tore his Achilles. That's his game. So it's like it's not only the physical part, it's the mental part. That's being his game. It's like once he gets back, he got to be mentally confident enough to jump, and that's primarily his game. So I really think it's both physical. He might be ready eventually this season physically, but then mentally, that's the next step.
Man, I hate for this come off as negative. I hate for this to be speaking bad about him, but I am standing on this, and if I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. I believe we've seen the last Brandon Clark game in the Grizzlies uniform. Like, I'm being dead serious.
I can see that.
And I think what's going to happen is you got Steven Adams, you got Jaren Jackson Jr., you got Xavier Tillman, who's played playoff minutes in, I think, 2 or 3 playoff series.
Yeah,
Santi's going to emerge. G.G. Jackson is coming. You might have Junior Lofton, who might be good. I could very well see a situation when the Grizzlies are like, let's show teams that Brandon Clark can play and let's trade him. Now, does that mean he's played his last game? I mean, I think he's played his last meaningful minutes. I think that if he's back, I don't think he's back this season at all. And I think he could be a guy, because here's another thing too, he doesn't have to be healthy to play. I mean, to get traded. Like, they can move him with teams knowing I'm getting a guy back who's got an injury problem. I don't want to say his contract is only for like maybe 2 more years anyway.
No, he signed the extension last year, so I think it kicks in this year. So it's 4.
He got 4 more years coming?
I think, yeah. I think they can.
I totally thought he only had a couple more years.
Because him and Jock came in together, right?
Right.
Yeah, the extension kicks in.
But I thought they signed him to the extension earlier.
That's a good point.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I could definitely see him,
So he got 3 or 4 years left in that case.
And he's got one of those contracts that if you're trying to get a bigger name player, if you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do, his numbers will fit perfectly. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just don't have the best fit. I just think we've seen, not saying that his injury is going to keep him out, but I just think that other guys are going to emerge in the time he's gone. And they're like, all right, let's just move BC at this point. I mean, it's a classic formula that you see all the time.
Yeah, I can see that, because you can get something back for him, and you can include him in a package to get something back. So yeah, I could definitely see that.
Hey, real quick, he signed a 4-year, $52 million contract extension in 22.
22, and it's 23 now.
So he's got
it
3 more years on it, right?
No, it kicks in this year. When you sign the extension, it don't kick in to the following year.
Oh, so he got
4.
He signed it last year, though, right?
Yeah, but you already under your current contract.
So it kicks in after that current contract.
Oh, so he's got 4 more years.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I had to totally wrong, but yeah, man. Luke Kennard, I think that he's gonna have a big year this year. He's probably gonna get more opportunities to be a playmaker with Ja being out. What do you think about him going into the season?
I love it. Should have played him more in playoffs. So just go ahead and play him like he was supposed to. He talked about that in media today as well, about him basically ball handling more, and he actually has some ball handling skills. So, yeah, definitely expect big things from Luke Kennard. Play him in Bane more. I mean, they're 2 of the best shooters in the galaxy, according to Jacob Rayview, and he act like he's a third one. But, we get to that later. But, I expect big things from Luke Kennard.
We talked about Steven Adams earlier. DeMichael Cole put out an article saying that he's participating in 5-on-5.
Yes, I did.
And everything feels like he's going to be fine. I've had a total change of heart on him. Like, I've always thought he was good. That's been fine. Like, when we lost JV, I was one of the people saying, no, JV will be fine without JV.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Adams is an elite level, rebound elite level, screen setter, all those type of things. And then I got kind of frustrated last year because I was like, man, he's such a crutch. Like we're a horrible shooting team. Like when Steven Adams just covers up so much stuff, and it's like, but I actually want us to be a team that can score. I don't want Steven Adams to be that important. And then you start remembering that, okay, Steven Adams is 28, 29 years old.
Yep.
I've been trying to rush Jaren to the 5.
Nope.
We could just keep it the way it is and just run it and that could be another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 year run. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You could see not 9 years because I don't think he'll be 38 doing it. I mean, but his game can
he
can stay our starter. If he's healthy, he could be our starting center as long as Jaren and Ja are here together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So and Bane. So, and I've always kind of looked at him as being a guy that's easily replaceable. You'll move on from him. There'll be another big here. Jaren will be the 5. But I'm in no rush to do that. Like I've totally changed that stance. Where are you on it?
I'm perfectly fine with that. I never thought Jaren could play the 5, and I still don't. See him in Team USA this summer didn't encourage me anymore. But also Josh Hart was starting this to him. So if you actually get him a rebounding big, a la Brandon Clark or someone even better that could start with him at the 4, but they could also shoot threes. Yeah, it could work out. But I think it works out perfectly. I mean, Steven Adams has so much of Jaren's deficiencies, and he also could eventually help Jaren with those things. So Jaren still needs to get better at rebounding. He did take a step forward last season, but Steven Adams being there just kind of just mask all of that all Jaren's weaknesses.
Did you see anything from David Roddy in Summer League to make you think that he's – Because my thing is, it's okay, you're only going to be able to play so many dudes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even when Ja being out, you're still going to be able to play so many dudes. Did you see anything from David Roddy to make you think that he's going to emerge from the guys that are kind of that middle of the bench to actually be a rotation player?
I didn't, but also the way he was played or fit in with the Summer League team, I think Roddy is like a bona fide role player, right? So I didn't see nothing from Summer League to take a huge next step, but I just think he's a role player. So I think he's just going to always play a good role when he's in a role player form. And even on the Summer League team, he's still going to be a role player with Junior Lofton. He just knows how to be a role player. I don't think he's just much more than it. And I think that's perfectly fine.
Right. Did you, when you saw the stuff that came out today, yesterday from practice when Coach Taylor Jenkins was talking about Jaren Jackson Jr. and extending his role. And he was, I was going crazy. I was like the Vince McMahon meme. And he was talking about setting screens, being a playmaker in the post.
Thank you.
Kind of running the offense through him a little bit.
Thank you.
And giving him more responsibility. I was like, yeah, man. Because that's like we all complain about Steve Kerr didn't know what to do with Jaren. He was using Jaren wrong. There were some things he was doing with Jaren I was liking. Because I was like, look at Jaren out here setting picks and that fouling people. You know what I mean? Like, that was promising to me to see Jaren do that. I kind of wish that he gave Jaren more of an offensive role a little bit and used him differently on defense with another big. But to hear Taylor Jenkins say those type of things, that sounds very promising to think about Jaren possibly, having more of a feature role on offense, just using them for different things. Jaren has also always been a guy where it's like he's either in a corner shooting a 3 or he's driving to the basket. And that's pretty much all they ask him to do. Yeah. So, and I like how they're how they're doing those type of things with him. So what are your thoughts on Jaren and possibility?
Shout out to Taylor Jenkins and just him recognizing his deficiencies and things he need to improve upon and actually making adjustments, playing players, and hearing him say that. Like, it's like, okay, you finally see what we've been saying for the longest. Like, implement him and Giants and pick and rolls and pick and pops. Like, that's your two best players. Why are they not in pick and roll situations?
2-man game together, yeah.
Exactly. So I think, man, hearing him say that, that's definitely, and it might just be like Ja getting suspended that helps, where it's like, okay, we got to lean on Jaren now. I got no choice. Yeah. Now I'm about to finally do it. And hopefully when Ja gets back, you actually keep that. And everything should be fine. Every
season when it comes down to sports betting and Vegas and all these type of things, they have these win-loss totals for the Grizzlies. I don't know if those came out or not yet. But you know the good money's on betting the over on the Grizzlies. Every year, you want free money, just go bet the over on the Grizzlies every year.
Yeah.
And it seems like people just aren't paying attention to those type of things. Kendrick Perkins today basically said that he sees the Grizzlies as a play-in team. He says he thinks Oklahoma City Thunder will be better than us. He thinks the Kings will be better than us. The West is loaded this year as it hasn't been loaded every year. You know what I mean?
Every year since 2012 or even further than that.
What are your thoughts on Kendrick Perkins thinking the Grizzlies are a play-in team? But then I'll tell you something else that's so wild about what he said. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, it goes back to my homie, my Tiff, and he did his thing this summer, saying they wait, same thing. They might make the play in. So I didn't really watch the clip. Honestly, I just kind of keep pushing. I don't pay too much attention to that stuff. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. They're gonna roll the ball out. Grizzlies had 2 seed the last 2 years after people doubted us. Keep doubting us.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about it, man. Is that he was talking about Jaren, right? He was like, man, I look at my guy, Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's gonna have a good year. You're talking about a guy who ran Defensive Player of the Year. I expect him to score like 21, 23, 25 points a game and to give you 8, 10 rebounds. I said, bro, you just described a league MVP, Jaren Jackson Jr. on a play-in team. Like, that's what you you just said you expect Jaren Jackson Jr. to score 25 points a game, be Defensive Player of the Year, and average around 8, 10 rebounds a game. Bro, that is like all NBA, first team. Who's done that, bro? Like, you just described one of the incredible seasons ever, right. But you think this is a play-in level team that Ja Morant is going to be back on in the second, not the second half. I don't know, 82 minus 25, and you tell me.
Yeah, man.
But he got all them games left. You tell me
quarter.
This, right? You tell me that team's not even going to be a play-in team? It's wild.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey,
wild stuff.
Y'all let them get they kind of like what Marcus Smart said Monday. He was talking about, hey, let the haters keep talking. We're gonna see they still talking.
Why that clip ain't went viral, man? I set that one up. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna pop.
I love that one.
I was like, damn. Let me try to think. What all did I say that kind of took off that other people put out? I didn't ask Derrick Rose nothing.
The rebounding 101.
Rebounding 101 with Steven Adams. That's everybody's using that. The Kenneth Lofton thing about him not being on 2K, I've seen that around. That's kind of rotated.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I've seen that around.
You asked Jaren something. I can't remember though.
Asked Jaren like what players does he?
Yeah, Kevin Garnett. You was talking about Kevin Garnett.
I set him up to say.
Yeah, man.
I threw him a lob. He didn't really take it.
His show was like, I don't really.
I think I gave him too much, man.
Yeah,
but
because you asked 2 questions.
Yeah, the way media day is, bro. Like back in the old Scrum system, I'm like, I'm gonna get my shit. I'm gonna get this shit off.
You might not get another.
Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get my other shit off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I might not get this mic again. So I gotta ask this dude 2 questions that ain't got shit to do with each other. But it's the way it is now, bro. Like back in the day, if I was in a Scrum, I'm like, I'm gonna get my shit off.
You can get a couple.
Yeah, I can fire them off right back to back. Now I gotta give you everything that's on my mind, all at one time or whatever.
The Derrick Rose one from practice went off a little bit too.
The practice
I saw that one.
Oh yeah, that one did go off. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I think I've gotten pretty good at question asking, man. I try to ask stuff that mugs just really actually give a shit about. Like,
exactly. Not tattoos.
Yeah, what you did this summer. Shout out to my boy Drew Hill. We got Drew hands on today too, man. Go check out Wednesday's show where Drew Hill's up here making excuses why he ain't had shit to ask John Concha.
That was one of the funniest moments of this podcast.
Yeah, man. I feel like if I asked him something, he wasn't gonna give me a good answer that I could use. Man, Bugs be asking Kawhi Leonard questions, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, bro?
That's so funny.
But yeah, man. Shout out to all the Memphis media and having their pet guys that they fool with. Cause man, I carry the water for Jaren Jackson Jr. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about Jaren. I'm coming for your ass. Like I don't hide that.
Right.
I don't have to. I mean, that's just real, bro. Like Ja too. Like people are saying, "Oh, Sain's capable of making excuses for Ja." I don't care, bro. Like you said what you want to say about me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get that whole thing. It was something else I was about to ask you for, so we started clowning just then too, man.
This Kendrick Perkins stuff though, is it not wild his transition from being he called himself the whole dark side?
Stay on this side.
Like the
G12, my boy, Gangsta 12.
What y'all say? Stay on this side.
Yeah, and now man, you just stay on that side for real.
Yeah,
man.
that's wild. His transition, man, it's been wild.
And all of a sudden, like Dylan Brooks, man, I was thinking it was going back to when Dylan left. It's like all of a sudden Dylan leaving. It's like that's a big deal. Like, oh, they gonna be worse.
Yeah.
But y'all was saying people saying Dylan Brooks was hurting us, but
Yeah. Derrick Rose on the court. What does that look like? Or does it look like anything?
That's a really good question. We don't know. I'm hoping. I'd say this.
Especially when Ja comes back.
Yeah, I didn't really watch the Knicks. I'm not even gonna lie. Say I watched their regular season games. I know the year before that year they made it to the playoffs, he was damn near their best player in that playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
So you just kind of hope he shows flashes and has his vintage moments. But really, I just expect him to be, before Ja gets back, be a solid, like, the backup point guard and just give you spot minutes here, give you, like, real legit spot minutes here and there. Then when Ja gets back, he's going to be more of, like, the mentoring role on the bench, play when just needed, little minutes here and there just to get catch a break, catch a rest. But I just think really the truly mentorship. But the way he sounded Monday, he said he
want to play.
He said he here to babysit.
Yeah.
He said he here to still show he got something left in the tank. So I'm ready to see it. So.
But even with that though, I didn't really take the babysitting thing as like, nah, man, I ain't with all that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Like I kind of took that as like I'm not. Because when he said I'm not a plant, like I don't like I'm. He said I think he basically saying, look, I'm a dude on the team, just like everybody else is.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna have my relationship with Ja, but like, nah, man, I'm not here to. They didn't send me here to just. They didn't sign me just. I'm a player on the team.
You're the player too.
Because you're talking about a team who's lacked playmakers forever.
Exactly.
Like I can see a situation in the playoffs where Derrick Rose gets in,
come on really big,
and he might give you buckets. Because something that a lot of people don't understand is Derrick Rose's jump shot has gotten a lot better than what he was when he was younger. And man, I was watching some old clips of Rose in the playoffs. I was like, man, this dude's snapping out here. Man. This dude's snapping out here for real.
Cold, bro.
Yeah, for real. Another quick question: GG Jackson. We probably won't see much of him this year. You cover the hustle as well, which is something I don't think any beat writer can say. And I've always told people, like whenever young people are trying to get into this industry, ask me questions, I say, man, I don't know if I'm throwing out a cheat code. I don't want the hustle to feel, or anybody to feel embarrassed by this, feel disrespected by this. But I tell them, bro, if you're trying to cut your teeth as far as the Grizzlies, get in with the Memphis hustle. They would love to have you.
Yep.
They will let you. They will give you full access to their joint.
Yep.
They're not gonna act funny with you with anything.
Nope.
But you're gonna get the future guys. If you want information, you want connections, go to the hustle stuff because you can build organic connections with those guys without all the because man, you can't do nothing hardly with the Grizzlies. Like it's hard to build any type of organic connection with the players because things are it's so much red tape. I tell them, man, go cover the hustle. And I know that that's something I know you built connections with guys from working the hustle.
Too.
Right. So what do you expect from GG Jackson, and what is that like? Talk more about that dynamic of covering the G League team as well, and how you can come in through the back door almost and go around some of those obstacles they put up or whatever.
Yeah, I expect GG. I expect him to get mostly free reign. I like Jason March, the head coach of the hustle. He understands the assignment, but he also understands making the team good as well. Right. So like last year when I covered them, when Junior Lofton was with the Grizzlies because, they needed big men. And he was their best player. Like as soon as he came back to the hustle in the playoff game, he was the number one option. Right. Everything else stopped. But like Matthew Hurt was killing. Jacob Gillier, shout out to him getting a two-way contract. He led the G League in assists last year. So I really like how Jason March's style of coaching the team is. So I really believe he's gonna cater to GG Jackson and try and like work. Make sure he gets the true development like the Grizzlies would truly want from him. So I expect him to kind of get free reign with his game. He did mention in the press conference like he had to get used to like, all right, being structured. Like he's so used to just doing whatever he want to do. He gets here, he's like, dog, I need to go sit there in the corner. I need to make sure I'm here on offense and here, in certain spots. So I think with the hustle, he's gonna get a little more free reign while still getting a little bit of the structure because they still are a team that's trying to win. But I really expect GG to really get the true development that he'll need with the hustle. Now, the few opportunities, if he gets any opportunity with the Grizzlies, you just hope that he does get some call-ups to be travel with the team, just be around the team to kind of see the system.
So do you think he's a wing? Do you think he's a forward? What do you think? What is he? Like, because I hear people say, oh, man, you're a big wing, you know.
Yeah.
You drafted him. Like, I mean, is that what he is? Is he that type of guy? Is he a forward in the NBA? What do you think?
It's kind of weird. It's like, he kind of like how Michael, the Michael Beasleys, the Derek Williams of the world, like he's a 3 and a 4. Like it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where he's going to start at. It just kind of depends on what your team's makeup is.
Yeah.
Like he's a 3.
He seems like he can defend the rebound, though.
Yeah. I think defense, if he tries, he's good. It's just his problem on defense is, in my opinion, it's the effort piece.
Yeah.
So as long as he gives effort, I think he has the ability to be able to defend.
Because he seems like he's got all the tools, man. Like as far as just abilities. That dude's probably 6'9", 6'10".
Yep.
Like legit 6'9", 6'10".
Legit.
He can put the ball in the basket. He can score. He can put the ball on the ground. He can score. Seems like he can shoot a little
He
bit.
can shoot, yep.
I mean, but he doesn't seem like super fluid with it. But he seems like he's physically stronger than a lot of guys. Even at this level, it seems like he's stronger than a lot of guys who are guarding him. So I think that he
just need to get polished.
Yeah, I think he can kind of put it together. I think he's more of a 4. I would love to look up in a couple of years and Jaren's ready to be your 5 and Gigi's your 4. Because I think that could be nasty work for the league. But if he's a 3, that'll be of course that'll be even more perfect if he could be a wing or whatever. Marcus Smart long term, what does that look like? Because I think he's gonna be fine. I think you got this year and next year with him. You got him on under contract,
and maybe
maybe 2 more after this, something like
maybe.
that. But with that being said, do you think he's a guy that he plays after the contract he's on now?
I want to say probably so because just his mentality, he fits Memphis. Like the grind, back to the grind. He fits that old grind, grit and grind style. So I would say yes, but I could also see a scenario of a trade where his contract is, like we said about Brandon Clark, his contract is.
Because his number plus Brandon Clark number kind of.
You can get somebody with those 2 players, like somebody really important. So I could see that scenario as well. But like I said, it's going to depend on his leadership and how he comes off with the guys. And I know he said he going to keep it real. He going to let them know what it is. He said if y'all about what y'all say y'all about, then we shouldn't have no problems. But he expect the same and repercussion on his side. Like, if I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do, he need to get on me as well. So I'm hoping, like, this team is truly ready to get, like, true veteran leadership because they're about to get it with Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose. So to go back to your question, I could see him playing past the contract, but like I said, the contract along with Brandon Clark, if you could fit that contract in a big time trade as well.
But yeah, I can see him working out here and extending it on or whatever. But I could also see either Gigi Jackson or Isaiah Williams, a guy like that, kind of emerging as a guy who can kind of defend on the wing and can be a wing scorer.
Yep.
And Marcus Smart now want to come off the bench here and saying, and just both deciding we both need to go our separate ways. But yeah, final question from my man Parish Sharkey, who is the beat writer for the Memphis Grizzlies for Bluff City Media. With that title, what are you expecting this season? What are you looking forward to as far as being able to cover the team up close this year?
Man, just looking forward to really going to every game, getting a chance to talk to the players. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a dream come true. Like when I covered the Tigers during Penny's first year back in 2018, and Mike Norvell's the year before his last year, I got to cover the Tigers that year. I remember just going to the Feds Forum for the Tiger games. I was like, I want to cover the Grizzlies. Like, I want to get to the pro team, and they weren't even that good at that time. That was the year, and they traded Mark, and Mike Hunter got hurt, and all different type of things. But just being around the team, the aura, last couple of years I've been going to games, I've just been seeing myself like, I'm gonna be there one day.
Yeah,
and
man.
now I'm here. Like so it's just awesome. I'm glad I've gotten a chance to start writing, and I used to always tell myself I ain't like writing. And like I actually come to enjoy it, and pretty good at it. Like a lot of people love
that's
what
what's
I
up,
put
man.
out. So
that's what's up, bro.
I'm ready.
We know that you do your thing on the podcast tip, and to see you in that writing realm, being the beat writer for the Grizzlies with Bluff City Media, man, I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna tell you another thing. I've been doing this this is my 10th year doing this now, and with that being said, man, I've never had a coworker with me doing this. Like, let me see. Definitely not in the locker room, because when I was me and Peter were covering games when I was doing 56, but we weren't in the locker room together. You'll be the first person we were with the same company and we were coworkers, teammates.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yep.
My guy, Parish Sharkey, man. Y'all follow him. He's got an article on Bluff City Media already. His thoughts about Media Day the other day. Check that out. More to come. Follow my man. Parish Sharkey, man. He's about to blow up out here. Is my guy. He's been doing this for a while. I've been watching him, come up doing these things throughout the years. I'm excited for you, man. Excited for you for sure. About to take a break. See y'all in a minute.
But there is someone I want to talk about, someone that you and I are big fans of, and he is becoming really a superstar in front of our eyes, and that is Chandler Martin, the transfer from East Tennessee State. He's the modern-day linebacker. He's a little bit undersized, but he's fast. He's physical. Yeah. He can cover. This guy can do everything, and he has been incredible for this Memphis defense. And we talk about this all the time, like coming in from smaller schools. How does it translate? And Chandler is a guy that sold out quickly, and everything is translated extremely well and very fast. And he is so impressive for this defense.
He really does stand out for the Tigers. When he puts his hands on a guy, when he puts his pads on a guy, he makes an impact. Like he's not a speed guy who doesn't know how to tackle.
Tune into On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Shout out to my man, Parish Sharkey. Once again, just had a good segment with him. I'm excited for Parish, man. I've really kind of watched him grow over the years from a distance and now up close, do his thing, man. I'm excited to have him in the locker room, man. I think he can really be a real cheat code for sure. As far as, I'm excited to see what he's about to do. Now it's time for the three-pointer where we talk about three things that are on my mind going on in the world of sports. Number one, Joel Embiid commits to the University of United States of America.
Crazy.
Today. That's kind of when the league MVP decides that I'm going to go take my talents to the USA. That's always a big deal. Not that I think we needed him to win the gold medal this year. LeBron is putting the Super Friends together to. LeBron gets on my nerves so bad, man. Come on, man. He's getting ready for his retirement tour, of course. I guess he wants his last hurrah in the Olympics. They don't really need avenging. They just need, some tweaking. I think the same team that was in the FIBA, you tweaked that team a little bit, and that team could have won a gold medal. But, this team is going to be crazy with Joel Embiid. Interesting to see what Steve Kerr does with a big of that proportion.
Will we see Jaren on that team?
I think he will, yeah. Yeah. Bro, this is what people have to understand, too. I can't really get my words together what I'm trying to say. But if you got Kendrick Perkins, and with Kendrick Perkins' picture, I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
I don't think Jaren's going to be 25 points a game, 10 rebounds, and Defensive Player of the Year. But if Jaren, things that are, logical that I think very well could happen are Defensive Player of the Year again or candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Defensive first team, probably definitely going to happen. 21, 22 points a game, would not be surprised to see that happen. I don't think you're going to get 8 rebounds a game from Jaren. You might get 5 or 6. Something like that.
That's a hell of a year.
That's definitely an all-star. You know what I mean? And it's probably maybe one of the all-NBA teams. How is that guy not an Olympian? You know what I mean? That's going to be, if Jaren has the type of season you expect him to have with the Grizzlies, he's going to be on the Olympic team. That's, you know what I mean? I think you're going to have Bam Adebayo, Jaren, Embiid, and I don't know who the fourth big would be. I don't know if AD's playing or not. I don't think AD's playing. People are talking, because LeBron didn't list him when he said guys to the playing. Did you hear him say him?
No, I didn't hear him say him.
I don't think AD's playing. So I think it's going to be definitely those three. Bam Adebayo, Jaren, Joel Embiid. I'm forgetting somebody. But, yeah, I think Jaren's going to be on the team.
Right.
It's just nuts to think he wouldn't be. Grizzlies stuff coming out of camp. We talked about some of this with Parish, of course. Zaire Williams and Steven Adams have been the talk of the camp so far from DeMichael Cole with the commercial appeal. I expect Zaire to have a bounce-back season. But the thing here's my thing. A lot of people think I don't like Zaire. I just don't have time for the coddling with Zaire, man. Like either you are or you aren't with him. That's kind of my approach. But I will say this. As far as having the tools, he has the tools to be better than anybody off the bench as far as the wing is concerned. I'm not even concerned about that. I am concerned about physically if he's able to do certain things out there. But we'll see, man. We'll see. They're saying he looked good defensively. But the thing that I will say is that with him, even the year that we were saying he bounces back to,
Right.
it's like he just had a great year, man. Like he was really bad for the beginning of the season.
His rookie year.
His rookie year is really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And when they continued to play him with the starters, and he got better.
He got better.
That
That last
time.
half of the season was
Right.
pretty good.
But they really used a very trimmed down
Yeah.
plan with him. Run the court because he's really fast. You run the fast break. We'll throw you alley oops. We'll catch you in the corner for threes. Play some defense. Very simple. We're really asking much for him. If he can get back to doing that, I'll be fine.
So what does a successful Zaire Williams season look like for you?
6 to 8 points per game. 6 to 8 points per game. This is off the bench. I don't think he's ever going to. When Ja comes back, I don't think he's going to start. Somewhere 6 to 8, 8 to 10, something like that. 8.5, something like that. Not 6, yeah. Give me like 8.2 points per game, something like that. Probably 36, 37% from three.
Mm-hmm.
Solid defense.
Yep.
That's all I want you to be, man. If you can be that, you'll be a hell of a player for this team. You'll help out a lot. That means you're going to have some games where you're scoring 15, 20, whatever. You got to think. I think Zaire Williams scored 20 points in the game probably twice in his entire NBA career. So I don't really expect him to be a guy who's that big of a scorer. I'm excited to see that Steven Adams appears to be healthy.
Man.
He's participating in 5-on-5s. Hopefully we'll see Sunday, man.
That is
we'll
good
see
to
Sunday
hear.
because Grizzlies have a preseason game on Sunday and Tuesday. We'll see if he plays in either one of those games or both. Interesting to see what we look like with Steven Adams back on the court. Switching to Tiger basketball stuff for number 3. Two really important things as far as the Tigers are concerned. News came out today. This NCAA announced that UNC's Tez Walker is eligible to play after receiving new info from the school. He was someone who initially was not granted his waiver. North Carolina appealed it, and now they got the waiver for Tez Walker. If I'm a University of Memphis fan, if I'm Deandre Williams, if I'm Penny Hardaway and company over there at the University of Memphis, I'm assuming that this is potentially – I can't look at this and not think this is good news for us too.
Right.
That we'll get some of this as well. Like I said, if we get DeAndre, I'm fine. If we're not getting him, I'm fine with that too, because I can very well see a scenario where it causes a problem with a guy like a David Jones and Jaquan Walton if one of them has to hit the bench.
I kind of hinted and insinuated around some things about what the NCAA was doing with DeAndre that was kind of unique to what anything I'd ever seen before last episode.
Right. You can speak on that now?
The way that the Tez Walker situation played out is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. So you knew – okay.
So there is – you heard it in the NCAA's statement about Tez Walker that
I haven't really looked into it.
They provided information that was not given in the first go around that was denied. It was information that the university had that and they literally said it. They had plenty of opportunity to give this information and they didn't. But then they did, and it changed their decision on whether or not to make him eligible or ineligible. That is exactly what's happening with DeAndre.
Okay.
But they're not. But they are being told this is the information we need to make it happen. And another
Look at you breaking news, man.
And the interesting thing that happened with it as well is the North Carolina AG got involved. Did you see that? He got involved and sent a letter to the NCAA. And it makes me wonder, I'm telling you, man, it's a much bigger discussion that we don't have time for right now. But I'm telling you, man, there is some battles that are starting to percolate between state governments and the NCAA that is going to flip the power dynamic of college sports on its head. And it is super interesting to me.
Yeah. It'll definitely lead the show when it goes down. Because I feel like this Deandre Williams stuff is probably going to come to a conclusion very soon.
Probably very soon.
Yeah. Hopefully over the weekend we'll get news on that. But what we will get news about over the weekend, Kenny Stubblefield, is the other part of number 3. Curtis Givens III will announce tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. If you're watching Friday when the show comes out tomorrow, Saturday, you'll hear an announcement from Curtis Givens III. I think this is the most anticlimactic decision.
I think so too.
I think he's going to be a Tiger.
He's doing it in Memphis, man.
Yeah, he's coming to Memphis to do this.
He's doing it at a barbecue shop on Lamar.
Oh yeah, he's going to Memphis. Man.
Anybody's welcome.
What barbecue shop on Lamar? Where he's going to Payne's?
Nah, let me find it.
Oh, the joint.
I forgot what it's called, but it's open to the public.
Wait, it can't be the place I'm talking about because that place ain't really got much public space.
Let me find it real quick. I might have the street wrong. It is. Hold on.
Is it Big Bill's Barbecue on Rains?
Hold on.
That makes more on Kirby.
Man, I'm gonna find this. It's somewhere in here. Man, I'm sorry, dude.
But it's all good. Curtis Givens will be making this college announcement. I'm willing to bet that is University of Memphis. Man, that kind of stuff makes me feel so old, man. Because I remember seeing that kid out playing AAU ball, and he was a little boy, like Gabe's age, and now he's like one of the top players in the country. Same thing with Billy Richmond's kid, Billy Richmond III. Like I remember seeing him like in the back of Wing Guru cutting wings. He was like in the summertime. Like now he's like top player in the country. But yeah, man.
Wild stuff,
I think
man.
it's real. I think that's pretty much a done deal that Curtis Givens III will be a Tiger. But yeah, man, we're about to take a break. When we come back, Inside the Same Brain, have a pretty cool announcement for you guys. Something I'm excited about, Kenny. So yeah, we'll talk about that for Inside the Same Brain when we come back here on the Anthony Sain Show.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape, Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause, and most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
Seth Hennigan, we've been critical of him and his performance and turning the ball over, and this game was really on his shoulders, and he delivered.
He delivered, man. It just felt very uninspiring the first, quarter and a half or quarter and three quarters of the second quarter. It just felt completely uninspired football coming from the Tigers. And a lot of it was on, with Seth, the way that he was, there just didn't seem to be a whole lot of let's go. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Just
sense of
urgency to really get things going. And then that shifted, man.
It wasn't his most passing yards or his most touchdowns or his most completions, but just as far as managing the game and keeping the team in the game and it was definitely the best performance from this year. And just thinking back, it's definitely up there for his best performance in a Memphis uniform.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the final segment of the show. Laughing with Kenny Stubblefield over the break, who he said, I bet that segment sounds real weird.
It
we were
does.
talking a barbecue place on Lamar. Like, man, this pays barbecue.
No, It ain't on Lamar.
Or I was like, it's either them or the joint on Airways in Lamar, which is God dog. So another play smaller than Payne's. Like, no, but it can't be where you're talking about. I said you had to be talking about Big Bill's on Kirby, because I know that Curtis Gibbons, the father, I know he's friends with Big Bill, who owns.
Yeah.
Curtis Gibbons probably owns that barbecue place. I think he's probably a co-owner or something.
Probably.
But anyway, yeah, I was like, yeah, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man, because Payne's barely open. Period. Like
I got my streets all wrong.
Right, let alone talking about finna have a press conference here. But yeah, that's funny to even think about. But yeah, shout out to the Gibbons family. I know that's a very celebratory day for them, man. I always think about if Gabe's good enough to play.
Come on, man.
Like D1 Sport, how hype I'd be if he does that. Inside the same brain, while I talk about something that's on my mind. Yeah, man. As you guys know, I started the organization Asylum Media Group, which is basically a mentoring thing for young up-and-coming content creators. I was extremely happy to have that crew be able to attend Grizzlies Media Day on Monday.
It's a good-looking crew, man.
Yeah, man. Michael Harrell, Shamaria Wiseman, Joshua McRae are the three members I have so far. Different things I'm going to do, Kenny, for sure. I'm going to have people who are remote, who are doing podcasts I don't know anything about, just basically giving them tips, being there for them to encourage them or just give them insight, kind of holding them accountable on, getting stuff done, to get their thoughts out, man, to get their podcast going or get their, their blog or whatever they're doing out there. But another side that I'm super excited about, that I really think can have a lot of impact, lasting impact here in the city of Memphis, is that I am partnering with 88.5 radio station, the voice of MSCS. We're creating a show called Claws and Paws, Kenny Stubblefield, which is going to be a show centered around.
Can I steal that?
No, you can't. Call my lawyer. We make something happen. But it's going to be a show dedicated to Memphis Grizzlies and Tiger basketball talk. We'll talk about the Grizzlies. We'll talk about Lady Tiger basketball. Be ablaze because it has been already since I've been doing this. People have been reaching out to me. It's overwhelming and it's amazing, man. I just kind of think this, hate to really go here, man. I just kind of feel like this is a calling on my life. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Me and you have worked in the ministry side, nonprofit side, working with young people forever. And I just think this is just the next step, man. And I've got, there's another vision I have beyond this that doesn't have anything to do with sports, and it does, but it's not directly about sports or sports journalism. Mm-hmm. But it's just another step in the path, man. Shout out to the people, John Best, my guy. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, and this is something we're finally getting ready to start. Get ready to start recording in the next few weeks. The next time I talk about this, I'll be able to share with you guys the on-air time. It's going to be audio and video. It's going to be on the radio. You can listen to 88.5 as well as their website, YouTube, things like that.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. As somebody who's known you for a long time, as somebody who's worked with you in multiple different ways.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I think it's just dope, man. Like, there's no denying your talent as a media mogul, as somebody, as a creator, as an entertainer. But I think the thing that's left unsaid a little bit more is the way you give back. And I think that's dope, man. I think this is going to be an awesome opportunity. Yeah. Shamaria, Micah, Joshua, they're all great people, man. Mm-hmm. They're all good. They're all, go-getters. And I just think it's dope that they have you on their side. It's pretty cool, man.
I'm excited about it. It's going to have like I showed you video of the SES Studios. You're like, damn, man, they got all that. Like, it looks like the news. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, they got a pretty dope setup over there. I'm excited to get over there and partner with them, man. But it's going down, man. Be praying for us. Support us. Check us out. Share us. Asylum Media Group, man. And I also think the crew at Bluff City Media who allows me to do these type of things. Like you guys don't like, well, your contracts, y'all don't do all that. It's like go do your thing, man. And you allowed it. All those kids have been up here to in some case or another, interning, just looking over shoulders, looking and learning, listening and learning. And you guys open up those type of doors. And I appreciate you guys for that, and just encouraging me to go out to this next phase of what I'm doing with the Silent Media Group, man. I'm excited about it, and I thank you. And I thank y'all for supporting me here on the Anthony Sain Show twice a week. Continue to support me whatever day that show comes on, too, man. You'll be able to hear it on 88.5 and on the 88.5 website on their television station, pretty much. But, yeah, man, for Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass, this is Anthony Sain. Congratulations to whoever our new mayor is here in the city of Memphis by the time you guys watch the show. Exciting times, man. New horizons in front of us. It's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But, yeah, we appreciate you guys again. But like I said, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Anthony Sain Show. That'll be Tuesday. New mayor intact. All those type of things. We'll see you guys, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.